Gangsters, what's up, guys?
What's up, guys?
Chicky, yeah, chicky.
All right, let's do this.
I'll put it in the background. You'll hear it. It'll be fun. All right, here we go. Only the single Papa Top, because your producer daddy here doesn't know how to press record. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Uncanceled Culture. I'm Porky.
The Louie.
I said my name the last time.
And he's already said he's not going to repeat himself twice. Yeah, so some technical difficulties. You know, this happened before.
It happened before.
This happened before with
Josh. When it happened, we were literally halfway through the show. We had to redo that. We had already done like 30 minutes.
Oh, dude, yeah. And then I looked down. I'm like, fuck! I wasn't recording. Son of a bitch.
So it was only within the first couple of minutes today. So
maybe we got past that joke, which I'm going to say again. This is good TV. So anyway, so I got a joke. So this lady says, I made a guy come twice. And then I never talked to him again. And then the guy says, "So you gave him 3 wishes."
You know what, Crank? It's still funny though. Even though it's the second time we're hearing this, it's still funny.
This is the second time we. Man, I can't believe I did that.
Oh man. Well, you know, it reminds me of the one that the joke that I was starting to tell you when you said cut. There was a joke about a Walmart greeter. Where he's walking, this lady's walking with her 2 kids. And she says, he's like, "Oh, this is nice looking kids there. Are they twins?" And she looks at him, she's like, "No, they're not." He's like, "Oh, I was just wondering, so somebody slept with you twice?"
Oh, man. She was not good to look at. She was not very pretty.
Well, she was at Walmart.
Oh man! Well, I'm trying to start off with my joke, and it didn't hit, man. It would have been.
It didn't slap.
Nah, it didn't. It was horrible. No cap.
No cap.
It was horrible. But here's something that is horrible. The big news that happened this past weekend.
This past weekend, yeah.
Or sometime this week. Richard Simmons died.
Yeah.
That's the big news that we're reporting.
Wasn't he missing at some time? I thought he was missing.
Well, eventually they all go crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They all go a little wacko, and then they can't find him.
I mean, I go crazy too if I had all this money.
I wouldn't know what to do with it. Somebody help me. No, it was a bad week besides the bigger news, which we'll get to in a little bit. But, dude,
well, how much was he worth? Richard Simmons?
I don't.
Oh wow.
I don't know, but I think you're going to look it up.
Estimated net worth of $20 million at the time of his death.
Not bad.
I mean, for real, for somebody who was irrelevant for the last 20-something years.
I mean, you gotta think about it. He did all those exercise videos,
quote unquote. Cranky's doing air quotes.
You know, I mean, all those exercise videos still look the same and never lost weight. But then, those videos gave him acting roles.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, he gave him acting roles, and then plus he gets the royalties off of everything that acting and everything. So
and he comes out on talk shows.
Yeah,
or just because.
And then of course he becomes, a spoof basically.
Yeah,
and then so I'm pretty sure that he gets paid something on that too. Yeah. So,
well, some of the other people were. So Jacoby Jones.
Oh yeah, the football player from the Ravens
and Texans. Did he play with the Texans?
Yeah, Texans too, and Titans. I don't know.
Well, he had 3 touchdowns in the Super Bowl.
3 touchdowns in one game.
He's no Al Bundy.
He was no Al Bundy though.
You didn't see my Al Bundy impression. Donald Sutherland, which actually was a couple of weeks ago, but still, it's like. Dude, all these actors.
What do you remember him from? More.
Animal House.
Animal House. He was the teacher that was sleeping with the student. That's why we remember him. Yes.
Kudos, Mr.
Good.
Sutherland.
Way to go. Way to go. I tilt my hat to you.
And before y'all get all like, "Ooh, that's gross," he was a college professor.
They were in college.
They were in college. It wasn't a high school,
So it wasn't like most recent one.
Yeah, it wasn't like the most recent one.
Okay.
Which one? Because you can look up Florida. and
The one we were talking about.
Something. What's her name? What's his name? Girl. Whatever. The one with
with Jenna Ortega.
with Jenny Ortega.
Oh, yeah. Now that
Yeah.
one. Yeah. Yeah. And I watched it. I think we had talked about it. That X. Is it X?
Yes.
Yeah. We had talked about that, and I finally watched it, and I'm like, what the fuck is...
So there's
Why?
two more.
2 more X's?
So not triple X, but 2 more.
I mean, Dos X?
Dos Equis?
Yes. So there's 2 more movies that. How do you say the word that
Like.
coincides with it?
Yeah, I guess.
Like-
Yeah.
No way.
So it's a trilogy. That movie is a trilogy.
So what was that?
But they're not called. The other ones aren't called X.
It's called Y.
They're called.
Z?
Yes, they should be. I don't know why they're not.
You're going to irrelevant?
But I just found that out last week.
No way. So what? It's a...
So it's like a prequel to. There's one that's a prequel. I think they're both prequels to X.
Prequels to... Oh, okay.
Well, kind of like the Yellowstone thing. Yellowstone's not doing anything after everything that's coming out now is coming out like it's before them.
Well, that's going to... Yeah.
Everything that's coming out now is now.
It's
Not
now.
then.
What you're looking at is now. What happened to then? We just passed it. When?
Just now.
When
From-
will then be now?
From
Spaceball.
Oh, dude. And then who was it? Last
Shelley
one.
Duvall?
Shelley Duvall. And Dr. Ruth Westheimer. So,
Well, then today
yeah.
we had
Bob Newhart.
Bob Newhart.
You were a fan of, the Bob
you
Newhart
were a
show,
fan.
but we weren't
Yeah.
that, we weren't that old. But
no,
he used to come out on The Big Bang Theory, so he passed away too. So
94 years old. He was pretty old.
He was an old, like Betty White. Betty White was what, 90?
No, she was
100.
100.
100?
She was like a couple of days from 101.
Yeah, she had already completed 100. Yep.
Old people.
Yep. Well, we always talked about threes. Well, they die in threes and
Threesomes?
Well, I guess they're not dying in threes anymore. Like Cranky said, they're dying in tens.
They're dying in tens.
And then I know we're missing somebody, dude.
Well, no, we
are.
did. We had talked about, and the other one, but this actually happened in June. So we're in July. This one actually happened in June. So a little lesser known kid, but back from our day was the son from Alf,
Oh, that's right.
yeah.
alien life form Alf. If you don't know it, go look it up because it was a show that came out on NBC. So the kid, the son, and they're kind of dancing around, basically making it seem like he might have killed himself.
Well,
but
They're saying that it's a suspected heat stroke in his car.
yes.
so he was just sitting in his car with
Yeah.
his dog. So
He
the dog died too, though, right?
They had a dog with him?
They said he had a dog with him.
Was it Alf?
Apparently, yeah. Apparently, he fell asleep in his car.
Yeah.
And it got so hot that he died.
Was he drunk though?
I don't know.
They didn't say.
They didn't say. But his name was Benji Gregory.
Benji, yeah.
So he had a dog's first name and then a first name for the last name.
Well, we talked about that too, like names you don't hear anymore, like
Benji.
Benji, Rachel, Bernice. Those are my sister's names. You don't hear about those. You don't hear about those names anymore. And now they're all Dakota.
Tyler. Skyler.
Yeah. So what?
Shannon Daughtery.
Oh,
Shannon
Doherty. That's right.
Oh my God!
Yep.
How can we? So let's. I don't know. Maybe what do you call it? Devil's advocate? No.
What?
I'm gonna play the bad guy.
Yeah, devil's advocate. You're gonna play the opposite
The
side.
opposite.
Yeah.
I really didn't think she was very.
She wasn't attractive.
She wasn't attractive.
She was in her now 210 days.
You think
No,
so?
you know what?
But once she got to Charmed, she was the odd one out.
Oh, I didn't pay attention to her in Charmed. I can tell you that.
Yeah, I know that.
There was a couple others.
Oh, Piper. Oh, Piper.
But even in 90210, man, I mean, she was young, but I didn't really see her as attractive either. There was more to that show than her. There were more attractive people on that show than her.
I think Daphne Zuniga was way hotter than her.
And
But that was Melrose Place.
Same thing.
Oh yeah.
and then
They all lived in
and
the
then
same
her
thing.
her teeth didn't help her.
But none of the main cast from now 2.0 girls were any good looking. Maybe just what's her name, the blonde one.
Yeah, that she was probably
Well, even back then.
Not Tori Spelling either.
not Tori Spelling. No.
Oh, Jenny Garth?
Jenny Garth.
Jenny
Yeah.
Garth?
Jenny
Yeah.
Garth.
Yeah.
Well, she reminds me of the Hawk 2 girl.
But when
Who, Jenny Garth?
Yeah.
nah, she was more light complected.
Uh,
But then when Shannon Doherty left,
And they brought in Tiffany
Amber.
Thiessen.
oh,
Yep.
yeah.
Saved by the Bell.
Yeah, I think you're right. The Melrose cast was probably
A little bit hotter.
A little hotter than. Wasn't Pamela Anderson on that at one point?
No.
Or I was just wishful thinking.
Yeah.
That was Baywatch.
That was Baywatch.
Yeah, I know it was Baywatch. I'm just hoping that she was on that show at some point. But yeah, I mean, but still, she's passed away.
Yeah. 53. I guess she battled breast
She had
cancer for
cancer, yeah.
years, right? 10 years? 10, 12 years, something like
Christina Applegate's heading that way too.
Yep.
And
But she has sclerosis.
Multiple sclerosis?
Yeah. Like
Well,
what Richard Pryor had, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
her daughter has some sort of
that. Disease, too.
disease too.
Damn.
That apparently the outlook doesn't look good. I guess I don't know exactly what it is, but it's enough, for them to say something about it. So,
Or because her mom's famous.
of course, why not?
Kind of like Bronny and...
Dad,
I don't think we're going to let that one go for a while.
Dad. Shout outs. Who's got shout outs?
Oh, yeah. Who's got shout-outs today? Well, you had...
Oh, I'm sorry. We have quick shots. We have quick shots.
So, I thought... Was that your shout-out?
I have no. I have one.
Okay, you
I
have one. All right. We'll start with yours.
Okay. So I'm picking up something from Walmart. I didn't get it from there, but I went to go check, and apparently they didn't have enough money. But anyway, while I was waiting in line, you could feel when somebody's probably like a little too close to you. Like you get that sense, you're just kind of like looking over your shoulder because like, man, this person's like really next to me, And I'm like waiting in line, and I was the last one in line for a while, and then this guy ends up behind me, but I could feel him like right behind me. I'm like, what the? So I'm like kind of looking back over my shoulder, and dude, he's literally like less than a foot from me.
He's dry humping you.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, he couldn't even give me the courtesy of a reach around or nothing. Dude, that's how close he was. No, seriously. Like if he could have, he would have like reached around. But I'm like, okay. And then I was like, you're a little too close. So I took a step forward. And what do you think he did?
He took a step
He
forward.
took another step forward, another step and a half. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck are you doing, dude? You're right behind me. Until finally I'm like, man, because I don't like conflict, and I'm just like, dude, just get me out of here. And I basically just kind of turned around and looked at him, to see if he was looking at me. I just kind of looked at him, and he looked up, and we locked eyes, and then I looked away. I'm like, dude, get the fuck away from me. Like, he was right on top of me, man. And then as soon as I got called up, I went, and she's like, well, if you just wait like a couple more people, I was like, fuck that, I'm not waiting. Like, not for this dude. I don't know what the fuck he was doing. So that was my quick shot.
What line were you in that you had to wait for somebody to move up?
Without freaking Walmart, I don't know which one did you go to right there.
Military.
35?
Yeah. No. Military and Roosevelt. Yeah.
So I don't know how that one is, but the one on Bandera, like almost every freaking checkout is self-checkout now.
So they don't have any people.
No, so they have people registers, but there's only one entrance for everything.
Oh, what?
There's only one entrance for self-checkout, and so the self-checkouts are in one line right here, and in back,
Yeah.
that's where the people registers are. What? So everybody has to get in one line like that.
Screw that, dude.
And then they'll call like, who has so many items, and they'll call you to cut in line and get
Really?
it. Yeah.
Well, that one has self-checkout on the left side. Well, anyway, the line I was in, it was a separate line because they have like the customer service where you can take stuff back, but it's not together. It's separate, and it's for like the MoneyGram, where you can get your money orders and all that stuff. So I was trying to get the MoneyGram, but she said she didn't have enough money because it was over a certain amount. she's like, oh, well, I don't have any money right now. Like, if you wait a couple of people, I might be able to get it for you. And I'm like, I ain't waiting for this. I'm like,
To be dry humped by this guy
I
again?
ain't fucking, he's eye humping me. So, anyway, so like, leave space. Like, how do you not know? How do you not get that feeling? Like, I think I'm too close to this person. Like, how did he not feel that? I mean, me looking into his eyes too, like, dude, you're too fucking close.
So y'all made eye contact.
Yeah. And then I heard that song, Hungry Eyes.
No, the one from Ace Ventura when he's like, I forgot what that song is, man.
Oh, I have to go back and listen to it.
Well, I mean, that happens all the time at the stores, man. Like, you're in the aisle and you're looking for an item, and all of a sudden somebody comes behind you and they're reaching around you. And I'm like, I can move. You can say excuse me.
And not that kind of reach around.
Yeah, not that kind of reach around. I'm like, you can say excuse me. I'll move.
Exactly.
I'll move.
That's what I don't understand. Like, how do you not get that sense that I think I'm invading this person's space?
Yeah.
Let me back up or talk. And that's the other thing. Like, people, they're just, I mean, it's really rude for somebody to just do that, to like reach around. You know, I'm looking and I'm right there giving them space or whatever. But then like the arm comes around and it's like close enough. You can smell their fucking cologne and shit. Like, oh.
Or when you're walking down the aisle or even just anywhere and they so close to you with the cart that they're hitting the back of your freaking heel. Mm-hmm. I'm like, you don't want to wait a little bit? Like,
are they in a motorized cart?
Oh man. With the hand on the horn, yeah.
That was my shout. That was my shout out.
Shout out today.
Shout out for today.
Well, I got one, man. I was watching the news earlier today, and they were talking about. There was a couple things that came out today, and it was pretty interesting. One was Pan Am is gonna start releasing flights next year. Like first class flights, but they're not first class. It's like, I don't know. It's supposed to be like better than first class. And it's $65,000 a person.
What?
But they're taking you to 5 locations. It's all overseas. And it's basically like complimentary drinks and food and stuff. And you can get up and walk around the cabin. They're going to have like seats like where you can lounge, like a lounge up there.
Yeah.
And then at the 5 locations that you go
Stripper
to.
poles?
Oh, I wouldn't doubt it.
The stewardesses?
Right? And then at the 5 locations, you're going to stay in like 5-star hotels. Like very fancy
So
hotels.
the ticket covers the flight and hotel.
Everything, yes. Covers everything.
But that they picked the hotel.
Yeah. I mean, but it's supposed to be like very fancy, very nice. And I was like, yeah, it's supposed to be like next year, like starting like in February or so. And I'm like, that's $65,000 a person.
You know, the only people that can afford those tickets that have their own jets.
Yeah, they will need to do that. They could do it themselves. Like,
yes.
Why am I going to spend $65,000 for that?
Well, that wasn't my shout out, but that was just something interesting that I saw in the news. But the one that I did see today that seemed a little. So they're talking about the city is going to put up those. They're kind of like canopies that go over the playgrounds.
Oh yeah,
right?
Yeah.
They're supposed to install like another 12 to 13 this year, like by the end of the year. And people were complaining that they've only done like half of them. And they actually had a guy on camera because they're at the parks and you're looking at these parks and the guy's standing there telling them, yeah, I mean, the kid can't even play here. It's unplayable. Like, it's too hot. And then look at the the playground. Look at the slides. And I'm like, first of all, they're plastic slides.
Yes, that's what I was gonna say, man.
You know, even a lot of the jungle stuff is plastic.
Everything's plastic.
And we're watching the news, and even Sabrina goes,
"Son of a bitch, man."
Even Sabrina goes, "The bunch of pansies. We had metal slides, and we were going down in shorts."
That screeching,
yes.
You hear that screeching, and part of your skin that used to be left on the slide, like.
Hey, we didn't have the mulch at the bottom,
and we went down the slide in the scorching hot.
Yeah, and there was no mulch down there. It was just an empty pit of like hard rock. Oh, he took a sucky bum.
That was pretty good.
Oh, he went for the Ciroc.
Yeah.
What flavor is that?
Watermelon.
Watermelon.
Oh.
Summer watermelon.
That tastes pretty good.
Sabrina's gonna get mad, but it's okay. But so and the guy saying it's unplayable, and I'm like, and it just goes back to what we see these videos all the time now, right? That come up about how back then and now how it's so different, and how like they wouldn't be able to last because we used to drink from water hose. We were outside on the bike. If our bike broke, we'd fix it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right?
We didn't have helmets.
And we didn't have a phone to call our parents and say, hey, my chain came off. Can somebody come pick me
chain,
up?
Right?
Yeah.
That's all you would see is kids on the side of the road fixing their fucking
fixing
chain.
their chain. But you know what?
Come
We knew
on.
how to do it. And we would take care of it and then get back home. Nowadays, people, they're stuck with their helmet on and, calling their parents to go pick them up because they don't know how to do it. And I'm like, this playground, we didn't have mulch at the bottom. We didn't have the rubber ground. We had rocks and we had dirt.
No, wet sand.
Oh, we had sand.
We had
Yeah.
sand. Oh,
and even
nice-
the sand was scorching
nice-
hot.
Nice hot sand.
Yeah, even the sand was scorching hot. So you came off of a scorching hot metal slide onto scorching hot sand.
And then we didn't have porta potties out there like they do now. We go behind the tree.
Behind the trees.
I remember at Michigan.
That's why the trees were so green.
That's exactly. Yes.
Not nowadays.
That little trough would just go out, right with water all the nice little trees.
Yeah.
But I remember at one of the park there, Michigan County Park, and the slide that they had, it was equivalent to like the height of a 1-story building.
Yes.
That thing was high, dude. 15, maybe 20 feet. It was, dude. Think of 10 feet. That's a basketball hoop. Okay, that's a slide going down. No, add another 5 to 8 feet on that slide. How the fuck did we? There was no side railing. There was nothing to prevent you from falling off. No, you just climbed up the little stairs and slid your ass right down.
Yeah, and then we would dare each other to see how fast we could go and see who was gonna fly off. And, I mean, you remember the little freaking the little merry-go-round, right? Where you got on and it's like, man, you had to spin it and see who was gonna fall off.
You wanted the people that can push the fastest
Yes.
to push you.
Yes.
And they were just like, woo.
And they were,
Yep. I don't know, man. I was looking at that, and what got me was this man was older, right? He's an older man, and I'm thinking, well, you don't remember sending your kids out to the freaking scorching?
Right.
Like this dude
Get out in
was
the
old
sun.
enough to be a grandpa, right?
Yeah.
Like an older grandpa. And I'm thinking, your kids were playing on worse conditions of this. Like, why are you out here complaining now? This is why. This is what leads and contributes to the wussification of America.
Wussification. Yeah, because how many times would we be inside and then the parents would be like, "What are you doing here?
Yeah.
Go outside. Get outside. Go outside." And then we'd find shit to do, like Cranky said, we'd get somebody to spin us around on the merry-go-round. But these motherfuckers of today get a fucking bike and put the tire up to the side of the thing, and then so the motorcycle wheel will spin the fucking thing. It'll spin it. Like, what? Who thought of that shit? I don't know.
And that's even more dangerous. But
yeah,
they get a motorcycle and they'll put it to the side of the merry-go-round, and they'll rev
they'll put the tire on the thing and rev it so it'll make it spin. And the dude passed out, literally flies out of the damn thing. I'm like, this is how
he looks like that thing at the car, the freaking the air dancing dude. Yeah, man.
This is where we're at, man.
I don't know, man. It just kind of like when I saw it, I was like, this is ridiculous. Like, and then you're having this on the news. Who cares? I mean, there's much more news that we should be talking about right now. Richard Simmons.
Richard Simmons, exactly.
Shannon Doherty. I mean, but I guess we got to talk about it. I guess we got to bring it up.
I guess it's that time. Well, there's a lot of ways that we can go about it. Louie sent that video of everyone's favorite darling, Candace Owens.
Oh yeah,
talking about the Secret Service.
Yeah.
So basically, the video was. This happened after the Trump attempted assassination.
Yeah.
The Secret Service jumped on stage. They picked Trump up and they walk him down and he's trying to get into the car. And there's that video of the one Secret Service agent trying to holster her gun.
Well, you have 3 women that are at the vehicle. They're basically the guards of the vehicle.
They're trying to get him into.
They're trying to push him in. When they finally get him in, you have the one girl who has her pistol out, her service pistol, I guess, and is trying to holster it.
Yeah.
And can't find the holster. And so about after the fourth or fifth attempt, decides she's just going to point her gun again to something because she couldn't find the holster. And I'm like, oh, man.
I missed that video.
You did, I sent it.
I know, I missed
Yeah.
it.
Oh,
So-
cranky.
So they were making fun of basically the women of the Secret Service.
Candace Owens was saying that we as a country or Secret Service should not have women protecting anybody, basically. That it should be all guys.
Especially a president.
Especially a president.
So she went on a long spiel about men are protectors, men are the more aggressor, men are, all these things. And in pressure, men can, I guess, react better to pressure.
That was her thing too.
And so she was like, not saying that women can't do certain jobs, but this job, if you have a situation like that just happened, where there was an attempt, right, on the president, they're having to act under pressure. And obviously, just by the video of this woman not being able to holster her pistol, shows that they can't handle pressure. And so she went on, not only that, she mentioned a couple other like jobs, right?
Oh, yeah.
But she was like, but especially this. And then you have the director who's a woman. The director of the Secret Service is a woman. And now you have people asking for her to resign.
Telling her that she should resign.
Yeah, that she needs to resign. Now she came out in an interview and she said, I'm not going to resign, first of all. But she does say that it fell on them on how things happened, because I was looking at the timeline today. This dude, who his name was Thomas Matthew Crooks, right?
Crooks.
I am not a crook.
Yeah, imagine just the last name itself, right? But apparently he was walking around the grounds way before, before Trump came on, way before. And he looked suspicious. And so the Secret Service had already tagged him. They have him in a video just walking around.
Oh, shit.
Then they show a video of him walking towards the building. And not only that, this dude has the binoculars, but it's basically a range scope is what he's looking through.
Like what they use for golf?
Like that, yes.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
So that he's checking out the range now, how far it is. So they saw him. Okay. Suspicious. They did approach him. Yeah, exactly. Testing out the wind. Cranky's over here with his thumb in his mouth in the air. Yeah, he's testing everything out. They approach him. He looks suspicious. They let him go.
The grass.
Yeah. He's picking up the grass, throwing it in the air.
Sir, you dropped your gun.
Then he gets to the roof, he gets to the building, and then gets on the roof at 5:52, or getting to the building and climbing up onto the roof. Secret Service spots him at 6:02. Donald Trump comes out, starts speaking, and the shots are fired at 6:12. If they spotted him 10 minutes before Trump even came out,
Right.
and they saw him, why didn't they take action then?
Right.
Then you let him get off 5 rounds before you blow his head off?
Did they shoot him?
Huh? Yeah, well, they blew. Yeah, the
They
sniper that was right behind Trump on the right side of him, freaking hits him.
They had rifles that were longer than this. Dude.
Well, and here's the other thing: they're showing that video too, and now they're coming under scrutiny because the sniper is sitting there and he's looking. When the shots are fired, he jumps. Doesn't stay there and look and then fire. He jumps, which allows 3 or 4 other shots to fire. And then he comes back down, and then you see the flash on the muzzle, and you see him take the shot. Really? One shot.
Where do you catch these videos at, dude? I've never. I have
I'll
not
have to
seen
look for 'em
this
and send it
video.
to you.
Maybe it's not the fact that they're, women or men that are not reacting quick enough. Maybe it's the fact that they're hiring Gen Zs to do that kind of job.
The younger people.
Because an actual sniper like Chris Kyle,
Yes.
Who was one hell of a model American.
probably would have took that dude out after the first freaking pop.
Well,
And
I
why
think he would have
didn't
took him out probably before he even shot.
And why
That too.
didn't they? Like, why didn't they? They had him. You can tell in one video that I saw. You can tell that they had something in their sights.
Yeah.
There was 2 of them.
Yeah.
They
were
had
both
something.
looking.
They were both
But
there.
you see, when the first shot is fired by the guy jumps. Like, he literally comes off his sight. He sits up.
They shooting. They shooting.
And he's freaking out, and then he gets back down and finally fires a shot.
What movie?
Help me! What movie is
I'm
that?
gonna get you, sucker.
Oh, yes.
They shooting. They shooting.
Yeah, man. I don't know, dude. Honestly, a lot of, and I know we haven't spoken about it yet, but to me, this thing looks so staged. So staged.
That was my first thought.
When you look at, first of all, when you look at the Secret Service agents that run and tackle him, it was so disorganized. First of all, it looked like they were just playing
Monkey in the
yeah,
middle.
monkey in the middle, and they were just jumping on top of him. Right? They look stupid, and then they're all doing this.
It was a dog pile.
Yeah, it was a dog pile. That's what it was.
Dog pile.
And then they're all putting their hand to the ear, and none of them have freaking earpieces. None of them.
Okay.
Right?
All right.
They
That
look
was-
like freaking Men in Black rejects. Is what they look like.
The first thing that I noticed was that none of those
Yes.
Secret
None of them
Service
had
had
freaking
any
earpieces.
earpieces. So
None of them.
I said, why don't those people have? This was minutes after it happened because I didn't even know it happened. I'm taking over.
Yeah. No, go ahead.
But I'm just saying, when it happened, and they kept replaying it, it didn't. People are going to disagree, but it looked staged.
Yep.
It didn't look real because, for one, I'm not saying that the people were in on it, but if you hear bullets, you hear guns,
You're gonna act different from what they act.
you're going to scatter, dive, get out of the way.
I agree with that.
Nobody moved.
No, you see, okay.
People get down,
Yes.
but
Now,
nobody scattered and run.
so if you see the video, right, the original video, the one that's right in front of him, and you see, you see him catch his ear. You look at everybody in the back, and just like Porky said, nobody scatters. Everybody kind of like starts ducking.
yeah.
If the shots are being shot, it's in your direction. Why isn't anybody moving? One, right? Now, yeah, somebody died. I get it.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
But two, there was a lady who's holding the sign that says "You just got fired" or something like that. She was in a white top with sunglasses.
And a red hat, I think.
And no, she didn't have a hat. She was just there. I think she had her
okay.
hair in a ponytail or something. Sunglasses. She's there. She's holding this sign. As soon as the first shot fires, she drops the sign and picks up her phone and does this. Everybody else is starting to duck. She doesn't duck. She's just like this. And she's getting, I want to see her footage.
Right.
Right? I want to see her footage. But she's now just recording. So I'm thinking, okay, this all looks crazy. Then, when they're trying to get him up to rush him out, he's yelling, "Give me my shoe. Let me grab my shoe." Secret Service is not going to, oh, hold on. Let's grab your shoe, sir. Like, they're not going to do that.
Yeah.
They're going to take you off. Somebody else will pick up your shoe. Then he stops and wants to pump and say, fight, all this other stuff.
Fight.
Again, Secret Service, you already have an attempt on him. They're not going to expose him again.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
They're going to rush him off. Then when they get to the freaking vehicle, then you have more circus-like activity with the stupid girl not being able to holster her pistol and it looking so disorganized, getting them into the vehicle.
They could probably run the Benny Hill music.
Yes,
along
dude,
the-
exactly. And then they're trying to get him out, and then the vehicle stays there for a little bit. I'm like, there's no way that all this has happened. The way it happened, it was so bad. Which is, again, why they're asking for this lady to resign, because it looks stupid. But there was another video. The guy, when they're putting him into the vehicle, there's a guy in fatigues with a big rifle, and he stands right in front of the president's vehicle, and he has his gun pointed into the vehicle. And then he gets something on his earpiece, and then he puts his gun down. And so another, of course, you can't believe everything on the internet, but another one says, oh, look, they're telling him, like, take him out. Okay, abort mission. Like, because he literally has his gun pointed into the vehicle. And I'm like, dude,
minute.
everything here looks stupid.
There's a comedy of errors.
It looked staged. It looked like, I'm like, is this really happening? And if the guy took 5 shots, was he another freaking Harry? You're a horrible shot. Harry, you're alive. You're a horrible shot.
So 2 things. I'll say, look, as much as I've talked about this guy and the stuff that he does in my eyes, right? How I feel, like how he is, he's a bad person, he's this, he's that, whatever. Not once have I said,
Take him out.
let's take this motherfucker out.
Yeah.
Let's get let's just end it. Let's just like that is wrong.
Yeah.
And I admit that, and
This is what voting is for. This is how you take them out.
Right.
Right. And
This-
again, we're by no way are we condoning any of this.
No,
that
no,
happened.
no, for sure. I, honest to God, never said that this dude needs to be killed, and that's the thing. So then the other thing was, it again, it was an attempt on his life, and luckily he escaped it. But the whole thing about it, right? When the Secret Service they're going to a certain spot. They don't go that day and then they look around and they don't go that same day and look around and say, okay, we need to watch that. We need to look at this. We need to look. Oh, no. They go a couple days, maybe weeks in advance.
Yeah.
Because they know where the stage is going to be. They know okay. And even Candace Owens was even saying that. Well, and that's true because you need to get the local authorities involved because the Secret Service can't run everything. You need to get, I've seen enough Criminal Minds to know that you get with the local authorities, for them to help you and give you what you need. So my thing was they're wanting to blame it on the Secret Service. I understand it looked bad, but where was the local law enforcement that was supposed to be helping? Because somebody told some sort of police officer and said, hey, there's a dude up there.
So in the video, they show the people that are yelling at the officers, the guys on the roof. Apparently, a local officer did go and approach him before he fired off the shots. And he points the rifle to the officer, and the officer retreats. Okay, that's not the only funny part.
Well, how long? Okay, well, hold on. Well, how long was that when
a couple minutes before
the actual
it was
shots?
a few minutes before the actual shots. Okay.
So,
and so the guy that's saying, I'm yelling at the cop, I'm telling him, look. He goes, they're literally looking at us like, what? Like, what are you talking about? He goes, then the Secret Service is looking at us because we're in direct line of him, and the guy's 50 feet away from us, and we're pointing to the roof, which is what catches the Secret Service attention for them to look that way. But still nobody takes the guy out. Here's the other crazy thing. The roof that he got on top of, the building was literally housing authorities. It had officers in the building. They were in the building that the guy climbed on top of. So you're telling me nobody was standing outside of the freaking building? Like, this is ridiculous, dude. Like, this makes no sense. Which now this is where the conspiracies come in. If this wasn't staged, which when me and Serena were talking about it, when me and Serena were talking about it,
it's a different session.
I don't even want to taste this one. This was honey.
Yeah, I'll take that one.
When me and Sabrina were talking about it,
I ain't able to be drinking today, man. I'm under the weather.
well, maybe that'll help you.
Maybe.
Just drink more.
When me and Sabrina were talking about it, it was like, this guy has enough money to stage something like this. Because when you think about it, with this happening, and with Biden's stupid interviews that he's had lately, and him not looking competent, right? To me, this guy is set up now to run away with it.
No, he's going to win.
Right? He's set up to run away with it.
He's going to win.
Now, you don't think him staging something like that that's what helped boost it, right? Okay.
American hero.
Now, here's the thing. This was a two-part. So, if it wasn't staged, then this was honestly a hit. It was set up for him to be taken out, and it was set up by
somebody
local, like somebody, not Crooks, not Matthew Crooks. It was set up by somebody big to take him out.
Illuminati?
Do we want to say the government? Do we want to say the CIA? I don't know.
No,
like, there's been a lot of.
If it was the government and CIA,
they would have taken him out.
They would have done it right.
But see,
they would have only needed one.
But see,
one shot.
I feel that this guy here, honestly, was. He's the scapegoat. I think he was staged. I think he was a plant, basically. Mm-hmm. He was a plant.
Like in that movie, you ever see Snake Eyes with Nicolas Cage?
Yeah.
Kind of like that.
I think he was a plant, and he's gonna be the one to take the downfall, for what happened. But I think it was a setup. It really was. Again, this is it. There's so many, and there's still investigations today. They just came out with Because originally they said, oh, they got his phone, they got his social media. Nobody saw anything on any of it. Nothing was ever shown that he looked like he was supporting both sides, right? Mm-hmm. Now, today they came out with, on his gaming stream something, he posted, July 13th, my premiere comes out. Everybody needs to watch. Basically, like it's something big.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, you're bringing this out 6 days later. Like
right.
I thought y'all had already seen all his social media,
right?
And there was nothing, and now there's something posted.
Sudden, yeah.
So this is why, to me, it's just, I'm like, it can't be real, man. It can't be real.
The way you're explaining it, it sounds like you've seen better acting in porn.
Yes.
Oh, that feels great.
2, if the CISA is supposed to, do all that groundwork before,
yes,
and stuff like that, then Kennedy would still be alive, or he would never got assassinated.
True. Things change after something happens.
And 3, when have we? This is the first time I've ever heard of us having women's Secret Service. We've never had women's Secret Service.
Well,
I know.
We have. If you've seen White House Down. No, but we have. But you know what? You've never seen them in the front lines. You've never seen them guarding the president. You've never seen
because you have to take a bullet for the president.
Exactly.
Your
life.
Woman.
Yeah.
Take a bullet for the president.
That's what Secret Service is. You're the life of the president. So you would have to do whatever you needed to do to protect him.
And I'm not saying that women shouldn't be Secret Service, but I am kind of like iffy now after this happened.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, another thing that she noticed, she says, do you see the video? There's a photographer right in front taking pictures. And right before this happens, Secret Service goes up to him, says something to him, basically like, come over here to this side, get a better shot of the president. He comes around and is taking pictures there, and that's when the shots are fired. And I want to say he's the one that caught where you see the bullet flying.
Oh, really?
And I'm like, again, so suspicious, so I don't know, man. Everything just it just doesn't. Things don't make sense.
You got
no. Go ahead.
No, I mean, again, not condoning anything like this, because I mean we wouldn't want it to happen on the other side, right?
Correct.
So I don't want this guy dead, right? Don't want him assassinated, at least. But looking at it,
it's the cat.
Well, they don't sound like the ones in my house. Remember that?
They sound like a baby.
Sound like kids. Yeah, we got a cat problem around here. But no, my first thought was that it was fake, and that it's not real. And you want to say, okay, well, how do you play with somebody's life that way? Well, we don't know for sure if he really got hurt.
Correct.
We don't. So here's what I'm trying to get to. So if you want to see an assassination attempt with Secret Service, this is probably the best one that you can probably see. If you go to YouTube and search Ronald Reagan assassination attempt. Mm-hmm. Now, if you watch that video, you will see Secret Service people get shot, but you will not see them, Mr. President, are you okay? Here's your shoe. Do you want to get your shoe? Let's get your shoe. Let's put you.
They grabbed
him. They grabbed his ass and threw him in the car so hard that he injured his elbow or his arm or something.
He was injured being thrown into the car.
He got injured with them throwing his ass into the car. That's what the Secret Service should have been doing.
But that one you can't compare that one with Ronald Reagan, because that one was
it was up close.
It was up close.
Well, I mean, still though, they don't know if there's still a threat. They know that, okay, maybe they saw him got hit. He goes down.
And yes, they took out the shooter, but how do they know there's not another one?
How do they know that nothing else is going to happen?
How do they know
so that way
nearby?
they don't pick his heavy ass up and literally drag his ass to the car. No, they let him stand up. They encircled him. They like they do before a game. In the huddle, and then they let him raise his fist and they let him do all that stuff. And then they don't. just doesn't make sense to me. Like, if you're trying to protect him, then his ass should have been in the car 5 seconds after the shots were out. That's what should have happened. Mm-hmm. But that's what kind of makes me think, look, I don't know. Is that Roger? No, man, I don't know, man. I mean, it can't be fake as much as it looks, but he did get shot.
So, I don't know how many of y'all think it's like, staged or whatever like that. But now you know that Kyle Gass got canceled.
Yeah, for what he said.
Yeah.
What was it?
So Tenacious D, Tenacious D with Jack Black and Kyle Gass. They were in Australia.
Yes.
Doing a concert, and it was Kyle Gass's birthday. So they brought out a cake and they made him, blow out the candles or whatever. Well, he blows out the candles. I'm taking the story away from you. Sorry.
No, go ahead, man.
He blows out the candles and Jack Black asked him like, "Oh, what'd you wish for?" And Kyle Gass says, "Well, maybe they shouldn't miss Trump next time." And Jack Black himself, and
he seemed disturbed.
What do you got? What do you get to think? What do you have to say about it? Like, what do you think about it?
I mean, he shouldn't have said. You can't say that.
Well, of course, and I'm not saying that he should have said it. I'm just saying, like, how do you? But now that you know that he's canceled, like, what are your thoughts about it? Like, how do you feel? Like, what should he be done? Obviously, he shouldn't have said what he did.
Shouldn't have said what he did.
But plain and simple, like, but so apparently they've parted ways.
Yes.
Yeah, there's no.
So Jack Black was basically not offended, but he
parted ways because he knew he was gonna get canceled, and he didn't want to get canceled either.
Yeah.
So he was canceled by who?
By the fucking.
Well, because he.
You know who?
By culture.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's what that's what happened. He knows, or he said that he shouldn't have said what he did. Jack Black comes out like a day or two later and says we're canceling the rest of the tour. Mm-hmm. We're not going to go on tour anymore. I don't condone this. He shouldn't have said that. I was blindsided. All this other stuff, which I kind of believe.
No, I believe it too. I
mean, I don't. I mean, I think his publicist said, "Hey, this is what you got to do."
Yeah. You're saying that people came and said, "Hey, you need to do this."
No, it was publicist.
Yeah. You have to clear your name from
cut your ties.
Yes. Or else you're gonna get canceled too, and there goes your money.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
and they don't play School of Rock a lot.
They don't. Or even Shallow Hell.
Jumanji's popular though.
Jumanji's pretty popular. Yeah. That one comes out, so. Yeah, I mean, you know what? I don't know if y'all noticed it on social media, but there was a lot of people on both sides. There were some people too that as soon as it happened, they were like, "Man, I can't believe they missed." And then
we know that somebody posted something about that.
What happened? I wasn't paying attention.
No, not you.
Well, so there was a lot of people posting that, and then of course, as I'm going, because I'm starting the rabbit hole, right? I'm going through their threads, and I'm seeing people like, "Yeah, you're right," and this and that, and then other people like, "I can't believe you're saying that."
Yeah.
And then you start seeing all these people post. If you are sad that they missed, or if you're one of those that are saying this, then unfriend me now. Mm-hmm. Because there's people on that side too, which I get it. Nobody, of course, us as well. We're not condoning this. No. We're not. We're not saying, "Oh man." Now, it doesn't mean that people didn't feel that way though, and I'm sorry. Like, yes, I believe that it's against the law to speak something like that against the president,
you're not
right?
Supposed to,
right?
You're not.
But still, you can't say you can't have people. Oh, you can't say stuff like that. You can't. That's offensive and that's wrong. But yet, we have all this other crazy stuff that's going on in the world that it's okay to talk about or okay to address and okay to come against. Like, to me, it's like it's a
everything is a double standard.
Exactly.
And it's true. You have to believe that everything has a double standard. One side has a double standard. The other side has a double standard.
I mean, if people were gonna stop listening to the guy because he said something like that, then let them stop listening and let his ratings let that be his downfall, right? Not somebody say, "Well, you know what? You're no longer gonna be a part of this anymore because of what you said." Screw you, dude. Then you're taking away my freaking right of speech.
Right. Yeah. taking away my money.
Exactly.
And they're still pretty popular too. I mean, they're traveling all over the world. I mean, I don't know. I think this might have been their last tour. I think, if I saw that correctly, but
Tenacious D.
yeah. So I mean, that's it. Like they're done because everybody feels a certain way. I mean, I literally got to the point. I just got tired of hearing everything. I got tired of hearing both sides. I'll be honest, and that's really hard for me to do because I go to news or I'll look at TikTok and I'll see different stuff and I see stuff from both sides. I'm not just one sided and I was like, no, I'm only seeing this way because I want to hear. Well, no, but you're talking about how I think, yeah, but that doesn't mean that I don't listen. That doesn't mean that I don't watch stuff from the other side. But here, what I have to say about that though is like, if you believe that much in it, that still doesn't mean you're right. But who's right? How do you figure out who's right? Like, people can say that Biden is the worst president ever, and then yeah, I mean, there's signs that are pointing to it, but
I mean, I don't know if he's the worst ever, but he's
I mean,
not
but
making
you
a
know
good
what
name
I'm
for
saying.
himself now.
But you know what I'm saying because that's what they say.
Yeah.
Just like we say. The orange guy is the worst president ever. Well, everybody has their opinion. Everybody says whatever they want to say, but
I thought Bush was bad too.
What?
Reagan wasn't any freaking better.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, honestly, if you go down the line, bro, like you can literally find something bad about every single president.
There's always something.
Yeah.
On every president.
Yeah. You
there's
can
always
literally find
bad.
something on every president.
And even the marks on the dress.
Yeah.
You know, that was pretty bad.
That was pretty bad. That was pretty bad.
But all I'm saying, right? All I'm saying is you can believe in whatever you believe in. It doesn't matter what side you believe in, or you can believe that you hate Target because they're forcing LGBTQ on you.
Yeah.
You can hate them for that. Doesn't mean you're right, but doesn't mean the other side is right either. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I got to the point where I was just completely tired.
Yeah.
I was just tired of it. I didn't want to hear it. I didn't go to TikTok. I didn't turn on CNN. I didn't look at any news thing. I didn't look at anything. So, I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'll go out on a limb and say that he's gonna win. He's gonna win. He's gonna win the presidency.
I agree, and I think everything that happened within the last week. I mean, I don't know if you saw Biden, his latest interview.
See, I haven't seen nothing. I haven't seen anything from both sides. I haven't seen anything from the convention. I haven't seen anything that Biden said. I haven't said nothing.
Of course, people are still questioning his health, right? His state of mind, everything, which he hasn't done a good job of making
people think that he's okay.
That he's okay, right? And in one of his latest interviews, they're talking to him, and he appoints the people in whatever positions,
right?
And so he appointed the Secretary of Defense. They're talking to him about him, and he's like, well, people were questioning about, questioning the Secretary of Defense, the black guy.
The guy.
He literally says the black guy. He couldn't remember the dude's name. And of course, so that doesn't help there. And then now he's canceling his media stuff right now because he got COVID again.
Oh, yeah.
So this is like his third time that he has it during his presidency. So he has it again. He said he's just feeling a little ill. He's fine. He's taking his meds.
He has symptoms of
he had symptoms, right?
That,
but no, they came out today that he has COVID.
Okay.
So they canceled the rest of his...
But he's still alive, right?
He's wearing a mask, just like Trump is wearing a bandage on his ear.
Yeah, he looks stupid with that thing.
What is he, Edgar Allan Poe? Or what was that? What was the guy that lost his hair?
There was people at the convention wearing bandages on their ears. Did y'all see that?
No.
No, they're literally showing up with bandages on their right ear. Yeah. I mean, we don't get too heavy into it, and I mean, I guess for good reason. But there's things that we want to say that we don't say, and we can't say because
we'll be like Kyle
Gass, and we'll be canceled, and everybody, we might lose our jobs. But I don't know, man. Like this, if this doesn't push him over, I mean, he's gonna win people over now.
It's not that he's gonna win people over, man. It's just that nobody wants Biden in there.
Yeah.
Well, it's the same way. It was the same way that we felt when he was in there.
Yeah, exactly.
And we didn't want him in there.
So we voted.
So people are going to come out. But you have to probably imagine.
That's why I hear that people are trying to get him to trying to get Biden to drop out of the race and get somebody that's
competent.
Yes. Get somebody that, you know.
But see, and the
knows
thing
they're
is,
running for president.
Well, the thing is that the thing is that honesty, man, I think if they would have gone that route, either way, Trump was going to win. I think this solidified it for him, but I think it was still.
I do.
I think it was still
too.
pretty close before the attempt. I think it was still pretty close, and I think what that side was thinking was, let's just get him in, and then once we do, well, we have.
When we talked
Kamala
about
Harris.
that, when we talked about that a couple of episodes ago, I said, what if they try to actually push him through, and then once he's there and he's in,
Kamala Harris is
he's incompetent, he can't be the presidency, and now Kamala takes over.
And I think that was, honestly, I thought that was their original plan from the beginning for the first presidency, right? But I think that if they would have pulled him out, it would have been, you can just kiss that side goodbye.
Yeah.
Right? Now, of course, with this happening, I think, and then with his stupid state of mind that he's in right now, I think Trump's going to run away with it now. Yeah. But I think it was really, really close for a while, and I think that's all they were hoping for was just, let's push him through, let's get him in there, and we can get him out ourselves if we have to, right? We'll figure it out. Even if they put a hit on him, I don't know.
He'll be, what do you call it? Because the Supreme Court, he'll be
immunity.
Yeah, he'll have immunity. So I was gonna say something and I lost my train of thought. Oh shit, I forgot. Who's got a shout out? Because I can't.
I mean, I don't got. Let's lighten the mood a little bit, I guess. You know,
it's a healthy debate.
It's not a shout out, but this is a topic I heard in the radio this week.
Whores.
Yes.
It might have been the same one I heard.
I don't know. Do you listen to Bill Madison?
Yes.
Okay. Hooker. So a lot of women are getting mad at the pools because there's a lot of thongs going around.
Oh, I did hear about this. Yes.
Like in public.
Yeah.
Like at apartments and shit.
Yeah, like apartments.
Yeah.
They didn't really specify.
They didn't specify where, but they said public pools.
Public pools.
Public pools.
Yeah.
So public pools can be apartment complexes, can be community pools, can be city pools. It doesn't matter.
But yeah, so a lot of women are getting mad because these younger women, they have to be younger women because it can't be Respucia, you know. And they're getting.
We all know there ain't no sexy 37-year-olds.
So they're getting mad because they're wearing thongs at the pools, and it's like indecent, I guess.
Indecent exposure.
Well, what's indecent?
Nowadays, especially.
Because technically, I think the thing they're more concerned about is if she was showing front, right? Or if she was showing like actual boob, like she had her boob out. Like, does a G-string bikini, is it indecent?
Well, they're saying that they shouldn't be wearing those in public, but if you can't wear those in public, then where can you wear them?
Sugars.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Well, okay. So I had an experience like that. We went to this place. It was called Suns River. It's like up between San Marcos and here, and it's a real small place. Real cool. We like going there. And we're getting ready to leave, and all of a sudden this girl walks by. I mean, she's wearing a two-piece. Like from the front, you can tell it's a two-piece, obviously, because she's at this top part and then the bottom, or whatever. Well, she walks by everybody, and then I guess everybody kind of doing their thing and turns around and notices, and of course it was all the moms. They're all like, look, and I'm like, what? I don't want to look. What is it? Is it good? Is it bad? I don't know. And so we all turn around, and she wasn't. She
should have worn it.
Cart
Oh.
size. You know,
okay.
she wasn't grocery.
She was. She wasn't
motorized. She wasn't a motorized vehicle size
okay.
girl. But she wasn't a skinny girl.
She was a Fiesta size.
Yeah, she was. She was just a bit portly, just a bit, right? What they would call
voluptuous.
Well, what's the word they call
fat?
No, there's the
PHAT people. PHAT.
There's the logical term, the
metabolically challenged.
Yes. BBL.
She wasn't even BBW though.
She wasn't BBW.
She wasn't even BBW because that is like
Man, I don't know that term.
that's
I'm lost for words
grocery
here.
cart. Voluptuous maybe, but anyway,
she was thick with two C's.
She was thicker.
Okay,
right, thicker than most, and she had a G-string on. She had a thong.
See,
and it was a public area.
There's a difference between a thong and a G-string, though.
Well, and not only that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
okay. Well, not only that, but was it a thong or a G-string, or was it they were just too small? And it looked like a thong or a G-string because if she was a big woman,
she was just suffocating that poor bikini.
You know, I mean, there's a difference there too. So,
ma'am, are you wearing bottoms? Of course, I'm wearing bottoms. How you doing?
So what is the difference between a G-string and a thong?
The thong is more thicker.
yeah,
The G-string is thinner.
the G-string, it's literally a line
Like
that
a
goes
noodle? Like
it
a
goes
noodle?
from the
Like a
from the
dental
top,
floss,
yeah,
like dental
down,
floss
right?
to me.
And
Okay,
the
this
thong,
wasn't- it
the
was a
thong
thong.
kind of goes like in a triangle, like a V down.
Okay, so it's just wider.
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah, it's wider.
So it was a thong then. It wasn't a
Okay.
G-string. It was a thong. But I mean, she was like I said, she wasn't BBW, but she also wasn't skinny. She was kind of in between, and it's kind of like this is a public place, and of course, the only people that were upset were
The people,
the women.
The people who couldn't fit in those.
Oh, if I was 20 again.
So it goes along with, if you heard what happened with Kanye's wife, Bianca Censori, they were in a restaurant, and
Was
she
she
was
like
wearing basically a see-through top.
Fucking nipples.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Cranky's about to search it right now.
Siri, find nipples.
And they literally kicked her out of the restaurant, and they were about to call the cops for indecent exposure because what she was showing. Right. The thing is, that's what she does all the time. It doesn't matter if it's at a freaking event.
Yeah.
If it's at a restaurant, if they're going to a club, like that's how she dresses. But people are now starting to, I guess, protest and come against her because of her showing so much.
Oh, they were coming, all right. Did you see that picture?
I did not see
You didn't
that
see it?
picture,
You should look it up because
He will look it
there's,
up.
the picture of her is exactly
What
coming.
what kind of restaurant was it?
What Beverly Hills?
Yeah, it was a
restaurant.
Like a 5-star?
yeah. I mean, they were at a nice place.
So the picture they
they
took,
weren't at Cantina's Taco Bell. So
Okay.
they weren't at Ojos Locos. Let me tell you that. Although she should have been, but
she would have fit in.
yeah. But it was the pictures that I saw were of her just coming out of the restaurant. And I mean, I don't know, because they have photography everywhere. There's photographers everywhere, and they follow people all the time. So they just happen to catch her coming out. I mean, it was sheer. It was basically like if she was wearing pantyhose as a shirt.
Yeah.
That's how
you could
see-through
see
it was.
right through her. Yeah.
I mean, you could see everything.
Yeah.
You
But
could
did
see
she have tape over her nipples?
No. She did not work at a strip club where you have to cover the nips. No.
San Antonio.
When's the last time? Like, be honest. When's the last time you've been to one? I mean, I had been a while for me, like a long time.
It's been a couple years.
Couple years.
I think me too. And honestly,
Yeah, but y'all go to Vegas and start making it rain and shit over there.
So the
no,
only
but
reason,
here, I think it's been a couple of years, and they weren't wearing anything.
they were.
They
I
weren't-
mean, they were. Yeah, they kind of like did away with it
Are
because
they
it's been a
lax?
couple. It's been a couple of years since I've been.
Cause that's when I always got set up. Where she was like, you want to dance? No, you want to, babe? Do you want to dance?
No.
So she took the dance.
So the last time I went, it was a couple years ago, like I said. But then the women there, they were speaking at them in Spanish.
Oh yeah.
So I was like, nah, I gotta go. I don't trust this crap. Like that.
You thought the cartel was gonna come in?
Gee.
Oh yeah, that doesn't lead to good things.
Nope.
But yeah, it's. I guess that is. How old is she? She's older, isn't she? She in her 30s?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
She's gotta be in her 30s, maybe.
Yeah. She.
But it's that same thing that we've talked about before. It's the shock value, right? It's trying to stay relevant. It's look at me, I'm doing this now.
Oh no, she's 29.
She's 29. Well, okay. Well, she fits in that range. They just want to shock people, man.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Sometimes I think like I'm at Walmart, right? And sometimes I think that people do shit on purpose just to see if you'll fight them or do something.
Yeah.
Like they do that shit on purpose. Like that's almost how I felt the way that dude was behind me. It's like he was waiting for me to tell him something, like say something, like turn around and say, "Hey, dude, back the fuck up." You know, like that's how I feel he was waiting for me to do, which is like, why?
So he can put it on camera.
Yes, and
they
then
can
all of a sudden, then
expose
next thing
you.
I'm on YouTube and I'm on TikTok and all these dudes are fighting in Walmart. I'm like, man, I feel like they do it on purpose.
Yep. You're right. Shock value.
Holy shit, where'd this beer come from? They're making me drink over here.
Sure we are.
Sabrina.
It was he did it on purpose.
Yeah. Well, you haven't said it enough because he's still.
He goes, yeah. Well, they're making me drink. He was over here flagging you down when you went to the fridge.
He didn't see it. He didn't see it.
Hey, well, I guess on a lighter note, or not a lighter note, but I guess to continue with the lighter note, as much as we hate California and then California and our Texas, Elon Musk is bringing California to Texas. He's bringing X and SpaceX over to Texas, leaving California. So he's bringing the main office, the corporate office of X to Austin. And then SpaceX is going to be going to somewhere in Texas. But I think it's going to be west.
I think they said in the valley, though.
Yeah, well, I think it's going to be more West Texas because they're going to be able... They were already doing experiments.
Oh, because they need
launches
space.
and shit. Yeah, they need space.
Oh, okay.
So what I heard on social media the other day is that Austin is already California.
Well, yeah, it is.
You
It
know.
is. Yeah, it is. It is. I can tell you that right now.
That a lot of Texans hate Austin.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
A lot of Texans hate Austin because
6th Street is not the same.
you know,
And then not only that, 6th Street isn't even the
it's not the hopping
it's
spot.
not the hopping place anymore.
Is it 5th Street?
No, it's
4th Street.
what's the
2nd.
I forgot.
I forgot the name.
3rd.
Of it. We went down there. And not only that, even it's not even on that side. It's on the opposite side of 35
Laney?
now too.
Laney?
Yeah, Laney. Yeah.
Laney Street.
Yes,
Really?
Laney
Laney
Street.
Street.
And
So
then
that's
on
the
the other
new
side,
6th Street.
on the other side, they have places where they have like nothing but just food trucks and like little bars. And so now on that side, it's getting real, popular. And you have, it's just douche city, bro. Douche city.
Yeah, because
Douche?
these a lot of these freaking people that come from California and they move from California, they're on TikTok, whatever, and they're like, we're gonna compare this to California food, and then they freaking choose California food, and I'm like, well, then go back. What the fuck you doing here?
Yep.
You don't need to be here if you're gonna be freaking disliking our shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly.
It's the Coke and Pepsi experiment. If you drink Pepsi, you're not gonna like Coke.
Yep.
If you drink Coke, you're not gonna like Pepsi.
I drink both.
You know? I mean, it tastes the same to me.
But they're enjoying the big
Okay,
red.
wait a minute. Them's fighting words. Roger, I'm going to disagree with that.
Hey, but they're enjoying the big red though.
No, they are.
They're enjoying the big
Oh,
red.
I have cousins that come down just to pick up Big Red because they don't have well, they might, but they told me they still don't have it up in Ohio and Michigan.
Well, I'll tell you where they
and all
do
those
have
areas.
it in a lot of places. Cracker Barrel.
Cracker Barrel. Of all
Cracker Barrel
places?
has big reds. Have you ever been to Cracker Barrel and you see stuff that you normally wouldn't go get in a freaking store? Well, in other Cracker Barrels in other states, they have big red there.
Really?
Yeah.
Like in a bottle and
Yeah,
stuff like
it's
that?
the bottle one. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, my thing too is when I hate these Californians that compare In-N-Out to Whataburger.
Oh,
I'm like, you didn't have Whataburger in the 80s.
yeah, exactly.
You know,
No.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because it's
it's not
changed.
the same,
It's
yeah.
not the same. Yeah.
Puffin Billy's would be fucking In-N-Out. Shit.
Griff's.
Rallies.
Griff's
You
would
remember
be freaking-
Rallies?
I heard Murph's is good.
Murph's
is
Better
good, yep.
Burger, bro.
Yep.
Yeah, fuck
Yep.
yeah, and it's still there too.
It's still there, too.
TJ's Burgers would have freaking beat In-N-Out.
Back in the day too, because TJ's got took over too.
Yeah, well, I haven't had it
I haven't had it
recently,
recently.
so I don't know.
The burgers are kind of still the same. It's the fries that are different. But
Have y'all ever been to Dave's Hot Chicken?
Yes.
I
like
wasn't a
it?
fan.
I mean, it's good.
You like the fries? I like the fries more.
Oh,
than
the
anything.
season. They're seasoned.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
they're
yeah.
so good.
I don't think I've had the fries.
So that was good. So me and Sabrina were coming back from Dallas. My bad, bro. Yes. And not
guess
my
I'll
bad.
do
I-
a Bacardi.
No,
did
he
that.
did it, yeah.
But hey, but I have to
See,
take
this
shot-
is
I
why
have
we
to take
gotta
shots with
open
him.
it up, because Louis has all these experiences, and Sabrina's name gonna pop
I
up
had
at
to
some
take- I
point.
have to take shots too, man.
Why?
Because-
That's not the rule.
Because I told him that I would do it with him.
Oh, come on.
Plus, I want to.
Hair pipe?
So anyways, we're coming back from Dallas, and we stopped in Waco.
What a
in,
cookout?
in Waco, Texas.
Wacko?
Yeah.
Did you
and-
say hello to David Koresh?
And they have right next door to the Hooters is the David hot chicken.
Oh, yeah.
That's
right.
probably new.
So
It's
we
called Dave's,
so we went,
Hot, Dave's Hot Hooters?
yeah, it's Dave's Hot Hooters. So we get there and we freaking we order it. I wasn't a fan.
You don't like it?
I wasn't a now maybe
What-
that one was different than other ones because honestly that chicken just seemed like it was just dipped and drenched in that freaking sauce and I didn't like it.
Which sauce did you get?
I think it was just the regular.
Just hot?
Yeah.
I ended up getting hot.
They're hot. Their heat levels are off, man.
Well, it's hot because it's freaking hot.
Yeah, because the medium is hot.
It is.
Really?
The hot
And
is
the-
like
Not
hotter.
even the mild?
Yeah, and the mild is like a medium.
Yes.
Really?
Their heat levels are off.
Wow.
Yeah. Which is, I guess,
What
why they
if-
call it Dave's Hot Chicken. But
We had it. The reason we had it because we got tired of getting Raising Cane's.
Yeah, because they don't got hot shit there.
Well, no, but I mean, if I wanted to put some, I'd get my Taco Bell fire sauce and put it on there. But yeah, that was the reason why we got Dave's because we got tired of Raising Cane's.
Yeah.
You get tired of all the shit that's around you, bro. Bill Miller's,
Yeah.
McDonald's. We get tired of all that shit. So, but,
Wishes.
I mean, it's fucking expensive though.
it is too.
It's fucking expensive.
That's why I do the Tuesday special at Bush's. You get the 16-piece tenders.
Is it a mix?
I think it's like $16.99 or something like that. No,
Just
it's
tenders?
just tenders. Just tenders.
for all of y'all that feeds all of you.
Well, no. I'm not trying to feed everybody else. It's just $16 for 16 tenders.
They're all for me, fools.
Yeah, no, we'll get that, and sometimes we'll get or we'll get two of them. But even $30 for 32 tenders, like, come on, man, that's good. You know what I mean? But we do that. Literally, man. I'm always looking for deals.
Well, yeah, we have to. Like, I'm always looking in the apps.
Yeah.
Subway had their buy one foot long, getting them for free.
Yeah, or half off. Or
Yeah, so,
yeah.
you have to use that.
I'm
shit
always using my
nowadays.
points at McDonald's.
I use
at
I use the
Chick-fil-A.
point- I use the points that I could get a free cookie.
Yeah.
Because if you use your app, and
Chick-fil-A,
you order, you get a free
McDonald's,
cookie.
Subway, freaking Jack in the Box, all the ones that I'm getting points on, I'm going and using those points.
That's
as
what
soon
I
as
do.
I get them, bro.
When I accumulate enough, I
Yep.
get my frap in the morning. That's just enough.
QT now has QT Pay.
Really?
So what you do, I was trying to do it, but I don't know. I forget my password. For
It's
my bank.
because you have an iPhone. But
That's
anyway,
true. So no, it's because I forget my password to log into my bank account.
it's not 1, 2, 3, 4.
No, I had to change it, man. Somebody
A, B, C, D, 1, 2, 3, 4.
So what you do, you sign up for QT Pay, and you link your bank account, and then when you go pay for at QT, you get 5 cents off a gallon or 5 cents off of gas, and then you get like 5% off of stuff inside the store.
Whatever you buy inside. I didn't know that. I had the app for a long time too, because you can order stuff from the kitchen from your app.
Yeah.
But I didn't know they had that.
Well, they just started it.
Oh, okay.
They just started it.
Well, there you go. You QT fans out there.
Yep.
This thing started popping up like herpes.
Like Houston?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although I have to say, I have to backtrack. I have to correct my Houston thing because it came out.
It sure did. It sure did. It sure did.
The itch that keeps on itching. No, they came out and said that those numbers were not correct. And that those numbers were actually statewide numbers and not Houston numbers.
What's the biggest city in
They
Texas?
say why? Because they got it from Houston and took it to fucking another state. That's why it's statewide.
Everybody goes to Houston.
Shit.
It's like, where you going, Houston? Oh.
Here's condoms.
Yeah, you better take some.
Here's some penicillin.
We know.
And they're without power,
We
too,
know.
still.
We know. Hey, so you know what they're doing? They ain't got no TV.
More babies. Talk about a baby boom.
So we know where Trojan is not a number one seller.
Oh, God.
Oh man. On that
They're
note,
they're burning them out in the streets. Ah, fuck these condoms, man. Fuck them.
they're burning all right.
They're trading them in for Blue Chew, man.
They're burning all right.
That's what. You got that blue chew, but you got that burning sensation.
Exactly.
No, I'm saying fire shit out my dick. Oh my God! Oh, is that it? Is that
I
it?
think on that
Shit,
note- I think
man.
on that note.
Good. I thought those numbers were wrong, but y'all proved me right.
That's
y'all
right.
proved me right. All right, man. Anything else?
I went to go.
Frankie?
I went to go buy cough medicine today because I'm a little bit, I don't know if you could tell.
COVID.
Yeah, and there's an age restriction on cough medicine.
Yes.
What the fuck?
So you have to probably get like a little thing and then take it to the.
No.
No.
So if you go self checkout, it'll call the cashier.
Yes.
Oh,
to come
okay,
put a-
okay. So
Yeah.
it's
Kinda like if you're buying
you're buying
alcohol.
alcohol. Okay,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, because people like the scissor.
it's cough medicine.
Still the same
It's the key,
thing, bro.
They still do that
They
shit.
still do that. And
Are
you
you
know where? You know where they
serious?
do it more? In Houston. It's that purple drink.
Houston fucks everything up for everybody.
telling you, man.
Dude.
That flavored water. You like
That
that
flavored water, bro. Telling you. So yes, there is an age restriction on cough medicine.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, there
But
you go.
honestly, now it's anything because as much drugs are going through Texas, when you buy any type of like
Hey,
cold flu
isn't there
medicine,
some? Yeah. Isn't there some?
like Sudafed,
Yes.
you buy Sudafed,
Yeah.
they need your ID to make sure. And then not only that, the pharmacy when they take your ID, they put your information in because you can only buy so many at a time.
So, but Sudafed, though, there's other reasons why. I mean, yeah, obviously some people shouldn't have it, but the reason that they monitor it is because that's what they use to make.
Oh, they cut it up.
Yeah.
That's what they used to cut up. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they use to make that.
That's why I'm saying drugs. Yes. So many drugs that go through Texas because they use that to cut that shit up.
Yeah,
And so they add it to the stuff.
yeah, they strip that Sudafed.
That's why when you do that, you feel good because you don't have the sniffles. Yep. That white girl stuff.
All right.
On that note.
That's it, man. Thanks for joining us. Wait. We listen, everybody out there.
Yes.
If you know people that have businesses or anybody that wants to, put the word out there, we'll be hoarse. Okay, so if you pay us, we'll do it.
Yes.
So if you
We'll
want,
do an ad or promotional ad for you.
If you want to put on an ad or you give us whatever you want to show, whatever you want us to say,
We'll start off our shows with it.
yeah, we'll get in the very beginning. We'll throw out our advertisements. We'll put it on Facebook. We'll put it on TikTok. We'll put it everywhere. Instagram.
yeah.
We'll put it everywhere, dude, and then we'll share it. So
We'll
you
put
guys.
it on our ass and start mooning people.
It won't say on fan. It'll say whatever your business is.
No, it doesn't say mom. It says wow.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, let us know. Get us out there. We tried to hit up John. John, I know you heard me, John.
Yes.
I know you read that text message,
Yeah.
John.
You're gonna put the word out.
It's like,
No, we're
I'll
talking
put the
about
word
you.
out. No, fool.
Yeah.
We're talking about you.
You. Not detective you.
You.
Yeah, share it, man.
Hit us
Let
up.
everybody know. Hit us up. That's it, man. Talk to you guys later.
Peace.